Welcome to Your American Dream. I'm Anisha Jennings, and today we have a very special guest. Her name is Khulan Enkhtaivan. She's a holistic nutritionist and founder of Amu Nutrition, a wellness brand rooted in ancestral wisdom and modern science. She helps people heal naturally through herbal teas, Ayurveda, and Shilajit, focusing on restoring balance. Over the past decade, Hulan's brand Amu Nutrition has guided 10,000 plus clients in Mongolia and 1,000 Mongolian Americans in using food as medicine. Her award winning product, Amu Shilajit, earned the Natural Choice Award in the immunity category, highlighting her mission to bring ancient remedies into modern wellness. Through her programs, she blends nutrition, herbs, and daily rituals to support digestion, hormones, and lasting energy, inspiring people to make genuine self care lifestyle. Welcome, Kulan. So nice to meet you.
Hi, Anisha. Nice to meet you. And also, thank you for having me today.
Thank you. It's a pleasure having you on this show. Thank you so much for being here. So, tell us a little bit about your journey, your early life back in Mongolia, and how did ancestral medicine play a role in your life?
So, I'm originally from Mongolia, and 13 years ago, my daughter, she was in 1 month old. She got really hard flu, and after that, she got asthma, and I was struggling that time. Maybe every winter time because of air pollution, I visited the doctor office like 10 times. Oh my God, that was very hard for me. And then I started learning about food as medicine, and I started to learning about Mongolian traditional medicine. So then I used very simple type of the recipes, and those recipes helps my daughter really good. And then next year during winter time, I only visited doctor's office like 2 times during
Wow.
winter time, and then I just very inspired. And I used to be in work in mining company as a sales executive. Then I just okay, I start this journey, and I start learning about the nutrition, especially the holistic nutrition, Ayurveda, Mongolian traditional medicine. And I started this journey like this way. In Mongolia, we have this word: start healing for yourself, and then healing your family, and then healing your community. And so I think this food as medicine concept is very helpful for a lot of moms and especially each of the families. That's why I started this journey.
Thank you so much for sharing that. After you started, when did you decide you want to come to the US and what was that journey like?
So, 13, 20, 12 years ago, I started Amu Nutrition in Mongolia with my partner, Daria. And we opened two nutrition centers in Mongolia. And in that time, we blended 52 different type of the herbs and some grains, and then made some products. Then 10 years ago, he actually moved to United States first, and then he told me, so come to US and let's live here. And then I bring my two kids came to United States, and before come to here, I just imagine in it's a Western country and very developed compared to Mongolia, developing country. And so I thought the wellness and nutrition is way more advanced than us. And actually, after I came to America, I just wow, here is the preventive medicine is not same as what I assume. And a lot of people are struggling with obesity, and people are struggling with the hormone issue, and people are struggling with a lot of different diseases which actually can prevent through the lifestyle diet. And so I just okay, in United States also people have this demand and struggling with these problems.
So, when you came here, did you start right away or what was that journey like? Like when you already had your stores and then after coming here when you had to reopen like you had open a new location, so to say, how did that process work out and did you have cultural shock? What was that experience like?
Yes, and the beginning, because my English was terrible, I can't speak English. And the first 2 years, it's learning English, and I just start everything. That's why my English is having heavy accent, and I'm not speaking perfect English, but spending 2 years learning English, and also I learned online by online learning nutrition. And so, even though I have some background in Mongolia, traditional Mongolian medicine background, and then I got the certified nutrition degree in here. Then, before the pandemic, 3 months ago, I decided to start my practice online.
Lovely.
But after 3 months, the COVID hit and people are locked down. So I didn't thinking about the opening any location. Everything is running by online, and my community, they wanted this wisdom and they wanted this healing. And a lot of Mongolian women in the United States and Europe, they actually through my program learned how they can be being healthy and how they can be living more this alive lifestyle. And so it's been really nice timing and also for me really good experiences.
Absolutely. Well, you're doing great. So I don't see any issues with your English. So you're doing amazing. And thank you for sharing. And that's the whole thing. Your accent is your voice, and you're sharing your knowledge, and that's what's the most important. So, did you start learning this medicine? Like, did you have it as a child? What was your upbringing like? Did you have all these medicinal tips from like your mom or your grandmom, and then you started using it and you brought this into your practice?
So it's very interesting journey as well because actually my mom didn't teach me, my grandma didn't teach me, and because it's Mongolian traditional medicine has been in Mongolia like 2000 years, 3000 years, but because of Soviet Union in last 100 years cannot approach our traditional medicine, and we forget about this tradition and used the Mongolians are nomadic culture, and we used to be while we living using this food as medicine concept, we grabbing herbs from nature and using this for healing. And but somehow because of Soviet Union or these cultural changes, we not accessing too much, and that's why I just so inspired to start relearning all this ancestral wisdom and traditional Mongolian medicine. And when we started in Mongolia beginning, I talk about people food as medicine. They just, are you MLM? Or they asking what supplement, and it's not supplement, it's food, and they don't believe it. And but now after 10 years, everyone when I talk food as medicine, they, yes, food is very important. And yeah, it's the kind of reminding our ancestral wisdom or regaining our this ancestral wisdom journey for me and for my
Absolutely.
community as well.
Amazing, amazing. So recently there's been a lot talk about hormones, women talking about struggles with, menopause and the struggles that come with it, where, you shouldn't be suffering so much for something that's changing in your body, and there could be some sort of what do you call it, a solution to this, more than just deal with this pain or deal with this is normal, or your if hormones are contributing to you putting on weight, it's like, okay, go lose the weight, go diet, go do this, go do that. So what is your thoughts on all of this, and what would be your advice for women going through these hormonal changes, menopause?
So, for my perspective from Ayurveda or from Mongolian traditional medicine perspective, and all everyone is different, and we have different body type. So, based on our body type, we should apply different type of the approach, different type of the food, and different type of the lifestyle, and different type of the herbs we should use. Because, for example, ginger, everyone talking about ginger is good for digestion, but in the real life, ginger is um, a warming and heating type of the herb. A lot of times, people who have a digestive issue have this heating inflammation in the digestive system. So applying ginger is not the solution if the people who have cold type of the symptom have a less digestion acid or lack of digestive acid. In that case, the ginger is helping a lot. So It's depend. So we have to first learn about our body type and learn about what we are experiencing, and based on this we should apply this herb or apply some food. For example, the people are thinking the salad is good for everyone, but raw salad is not fit for people who are very sensitive digestion. And so, yes, it's dependent. And also, the other thing is the woman, especially hormone, is always very connected with the liver and gallbladder. And this is these days we are eating a lot of too much processed food. And these days we are applying a lot of cosmetic in our skin. And we are applying a lot of emotions in our daily life. So all these things are very heavy for women and heavy for everyone. So in that case, we should sometimes doing detox and little bit avoid from this too much processed food and avoid sometimes too much emotions and this heavy lifting, and then it will be very helpful for women. This is what I'm thinking.
Yes, thank you so much for sharing that. So when you start, if you're working with someone, like how does your process work? Do you do like a one-on-one call? How do you do consulting? And if somebody goes to your website to check out your products, how would they know what products to start with?
So, the beginning, people sometimes get the consultation, and a lot of times my community they start with my detox program, Detox 14, and this program is 14 days program, and I always start with consultation, which is assessment, and fill out the form, and I asking some questions which helps me to understand the client's body type and digestion, and also the daily what they are eating and all this basic information, and understanding their uh, lifestyle and how can I help them. And second thing is, because this detox program, why it's very helpful, because usually at the beginning people while doing detox can learn about body type and learn about some basic foods, and also learn about soup uh, type of the diet, and learning about how hydration herbal teas can help us
Mhm.
experiencing this by their body. And then after this 14 days journey they always coming back, and especially doing it every year. From this 14 days experience they learning each time, learning different experience and different things about their body.
So after the 14 days, what happens? Is the 14 days program once a year, or how does that work?
I recommend people based on their body type also, because people who are Vata and doing it once a year, people who are Pitta, they actually need detox more than everyone. So need to do it each year 2 times. And Kapha maybe do one or two. It's depend on their body type. And so after doing assessment, I giving each person the personalized diet plan for 14 days and sending some product from Amu Nutrition, which is herbal tea, Shilajit, and some of the fiber-based supplements. Uh, use Fiber is really good for our digestion, and uh, with the instruction how to use it. So after doing 14 days, people can buy from our website our herbal tea and shilajit and other supplements from us.
Perfect. So tell us a little more about your Shilajit offering and what is it and why has it become such a powerful part of your offerings?
So Shilajit is one of our best-selling product, and it's become really popular in the United States. But in India and in Mongolia, it's been used for thousand and thousand years. So we have been using Shilajit for mostly rejuvenation, because detox is kind of the one side. The other side is rejuvenation. These two have to be together, and one is like yin and the other one is kind of yang. And
Yeah.
So Shilajit is very strong rejuvenation herb in Mongolian traditional medicine and the Indian Ayurveda. So it's not the herb; it's collected the mineral collected from top of the mountain in Mongolian Altai Mountain or Himalayan mountain. It's a black ooze, and then we purified it in the resin form traditionally. So we have Shilajit resin and also gummies, which is easy to use. And so the main function of Shilajit is fulvic acid. And fulvic acid is helps our body to absorb the minerals because it's not the folic acid. Folic acid is when especially women always taking before pregnancy, or fulvic acid is actually the one of the ingredient that absorb minerals. And the other thing about Shilajit is Shilajit has 85 different of trace elements, and it's very similar to our bone structure. So the essential trace elements all included this small tar, and so it's been amazing. And traditionally we use Shilajit for kidney yang deficiency and immunity and bone fraction, also used for digestion issue. So I am using Shilajit for mostly rejuvenation after detoxification, also using for boosting testosterone because women actually we cannot produce testosterone too much. Men they can produce it really well. So when we lack of testosterone, we have a tendency for gaining weight or some hormonal imbalance. And when boosting testosterone, our estrogen is also boosted. And so this too is also kind of yin and yang. Estrogen is yin and testosterone is yang. So we both need this. And the estrogen is all about caring, testosterone is coping stress. And so
Wow.
it's very helpful for women and everyone actually.
That's lovely. Thank you so much for sharing that. So when somebody doesn't want to go through the detox and directly just wants to try like, teas or something to add into their health routine, what would be your suggestion for that?
I would suggest start from tea because these days the hydration, the digestion is one issue, and also hydration is our very important metabolism channel. And in our body, 70% is water element, and including blood and lymphic liquid and different type of the liquids. But we these days thinking the water is hydrating us, but I don't suggest only water because in our cell level, we need some magnesium, potassium, sodium. Having this together, then the liquids actually can go to our cell level and makes the real hydration, gives us real hydration. So I'm just curious, what do you drink usually?
I mostly drink water, but I do have some trace elements that I do add to it, like the sodium, potassium. It's like
Yeah,
a
the
mineral
electrolyte.
thing. Yeah, the electrolytes. But it's like purely. So I had gotten it when I was pregnant. So I still use it. It's like a liquid. You put like 10 drops into your water and it has all those
Yeah.
nutrients. It has all the magnesium, potassium, sodium. It has all of those trace minerals and it helps with your, what do you call it, the hydration. And I also do this Bengal spice tea, which has like cinnamon, turmeric, ginger. So we use that a lot when we are sick. We also do this, like lemons, oranges, turmeric, cayenne pepper. We add all that and we take like little turmeric shots kind of when we are sick, and it seems to help a lot. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. And so traditionally in India, for example,
Hmm.
usually daily what they used to drink.
Many people do teas. Tea is very common in India. A lot of people, like majority of the people, drink tea. Coffee is not so common. People will drink coffee, but tea is like majorly people will drink tea, and they do add like cardamom, ginger in the tea. So that is also something that they do. In our house, like growing up in my house, mainly it was coffee.
Mm.
And yeah, I think people also do like lemon juice a lot during like a lemonade during the summers, lemonade, coconut water. Coconut water is like all over the place during summer. Like everybody is drinking coconut water. Fruit juices is very common. I think that's pretty much what I know of. Maybe,
Mhm.
things have changed now, but that's what we used to have and I've seen growing up.
Yeah, so why I'm asking this because I'm from a very northern country. Mongolia is very cold climate, harsh weather, and it's very dry place. So we have to this doing really good hydration. Otherwise, it's really hard to survive in that cold climate. So in traditionally in Mongolia, we don't drink any water because our grandma and everyone not drinking any water because we are
Wow.
always drinking tea with a little bit pinch of salt, and we always drinking salty tea, salty milk tea, and a little bit this type of tea. And now after I learning nutrition, I realized, oh, it's electrolyzed. And because electrolyzed means sodium, magnesium, potassium, and adding pinch of salt is sodium, and adding tea has actually high potassium and magnesium, especially in different type of the herbal teas. And a lot of time Mongolians adding in the milk tea, adding a little bit grains, which is we have tartary buckwheat and other teas in our product line, and which helps us actually. The grain has high magnesium, and so it's giving us hydration, and calcium is hydration. And so then I realized it's because of climate. Because in India, it's really hot. The coconut is very popular, and
Yeah,
in Mongolia, if we drinking in this cold weather, drinking coconut, it's not gonna work. And so
right.
that's why we're drinking milk tea. And so also in India, people it's so hot. That's why digestive fire is not that optimal. And in Mongolia, people are it's very cold, so our digestive fire is agni is really high, and so we have to apply different type of the herbs. So I saw a lot of Indians moving from India, very hot weather, to, for example, Seattle. It's a cold weather, and they still using too much spices because it's not gonna work, and then their digestive have some issues. And
Mm,
cold weather, automatically our skin and everything is closed up. That's
right.
why our digestion is become stronger than we are living in hot weather. And so that case, we need to reduce a little bit spices.
Oh, wow. That's a great perspective. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Yeah,
And it's so true. Like, the food is definitely different based on where you live, and that's why you have all these different
yeah.
cuisines. And so learning all of that is very, very fascinating. Thank you for sharing that. So you've served over 10,000 clients in Mongolia, and you've served so many clients here. How have you scaled your impact? Like, what was scaling like when you first started to now, so many products and so many clients? How did the scaling happen?
So the scaling, we doing the group program, which is the group detox program during the season, especially fall and spring season, because in traditional medicine, fall and spring is time to doing detox. For example, detox is not for the winter time, especially after the holiday, people start to doing detox, and about the timing, it's a little bit wrong. And so we running different program in different season, and also the scaling is also painful. So we the in Mongolia we had used to be two nutrition centers, and we added one more bigger nutrition center, and it helps. And so we have a very experienced doctors, traditional medicine doctors. They doing the pulse diagnosing, and after that giving the food, recommending food, and this detox diet programs. Yeah, this is how we done this.
Beautiful. And do you have the same model over here? Do you have the same approach?
So in United States, because people are living so far away and very busy, and it's really hard to come to in person. So right now we are in our community doing digital assessment, which is we using tongue picture and urine picture. So because traditional medicine, we have a really sophisticated tongue diagnosis and tongue analysis and urine analysis. And so we using this method to uh, available people not coming to us in person, and in distance they can get the consultation and also doing our detox program. Yeah, so most of my clients are located in Illinois or DC and LA, and yeah, some of them is from Seattle as well.
That's beautiful. So, do you have a team? Like, how do you work? What does a daily life routine look for you? How does your day start, and how do you work, and how do you balance your life with your business?
So it's challenging, and because most of my teams are located in Mongolia, and also I have some contractor helps me in United States as well. And so that's why our team is virtual team. So working from home and mostly, so my days Monday I always focus on my Mongolian community. So I doing the live or education and everything is Monday, and Tuesday I more focus on my retail business. And so I always talk with my brokers and doing training and on for my retailers, because right now we are selling through around 50 independent retailers and our Shilajit and our tea. So we giving providing training and other things. And Wednesday I mostly working with clients. So the on one-on-one always Wednesday. And Thursday I always doing my inner work, which is always some finance and other things. And Friday I make it open, and sometimes the networking and the other I haven't done tasks usually done in Monday.
I
No,
love that.
Friday.
On Friday. Perfect. I love that. I love that, it's so structured. And so, what is your vision for the future of Amu Nutrition?
So, Amu Nutrition, our mission is bringing this natural food to people. And so our mission is adding more product on Shilajit product line. And I would like to introduce this Shilajit to Western, more authentic way. People think Shilajit is for men, and but it's for women also. And Shilajit is not for everyone. So we need to educate this. Also, the other thing is bringing more natural food into the people who need natural foods. Yeah.
That's amazing. Thank you so much. So, what are some of the biggest misconceptions that people have about ancient medicine or traditional medicine? You said, you when they come to you, they're like, oh, maybe are you an MLM, or is this true? Is this not? What are the biggest misconceptions that they have, and how do you address that?
So sometimes some people especially, they coming to me after they got diagnosis and a little bit advanced, like cancer or other this complicated issue, and they want to heal the symptom or diseases by traditional medicine. And it can be, but from as a nutritionist perspective, I can support from food and only food and nutrition. So it's sometimes I feel limited, and this way the medical professionals will help them a lot. And so I always recommending this.
Thank you so much for sharing that. So, from your journey coming from Mongolia to the United States, starting your business, running amazing business, helping people, managing your family, what would be your advice for other immigrant women who are coming to the US, who want to start their business, or just people who are new in the country and are trying to figure things out? What would be your advice?
So my advice will be, the first thing is always the community and communication, these two things. And last year I launched my this Shilajit and herbal tea consumer packaged good line, and I wanted to go to enter to this CPG, they called consumer packaged good, and CPG industry. It's really, really hard. Even though I did a lot of research in advance, starting the 4 years ago. And because I'm new or I don't know, and lot of struggles. So always build foundation of community, and also always build some communication is very important. So these days everything is really costly, especially in United States. The everything, just service and the marketing, and even though Facebook ads are expensive, expensive than our countries. And so always learn about your financial structure and thinking. Also, the good thing about here is we have a big opportunity, and so there is opportunity, and also every opportunity always have a cost. And so think about that. Yeah.
Yes, yes, thank you. That is beautiful advice. So, before we wrap up, if there was one herb or tea that everyone should try, what would be that? What would it be?
I would suggest tartary buckwheat tea from our product line, because every herbs have warming or cooling effects, and tartary buckwheat is neutral, which is
Mm.
everyone can drink. And for example, Shilajit is warming, so people who have a cold symptom, actually Shilajit works really well. And
Oh.
I have some cooling herbs like daily detox tea, and those are very cooling. So people who have a hot symptom like high acidity problem, they should drink that. But for example, tartary buckwheat tea has a higher rutin and quercetin than regular buckwheat, and also it's really good for digestion, and it's high antioxidant. So I would suggest tartary buckwheat tea for everyone neutrally, and can drink every day.
Oh, that's perfect. Thank you so much for sharing. So, if somebody wants to find your products or work with you, what is the best way to reach you?
So my website, amu-nutrition.com, and visit our website, and we have some consultation and detox 14 program, or our all the product is listed there.
Well, thank you for coming here today, sharing your experience and your products and your knowledge, and giving us all your valuable advice.
Thank you so much for inviting me and having me today, and sharing both of our culture. Yeah.
Yes, thank you again. As we wrap up this powerful episode, remember that food is medicine. So if you want to get in touch with Khulan, please visit her website. And if you or anyone you know wants to be a guest on my show, please reach out. If anyone is looking for a website in the health and wellness space or a Christian coach, please feel free to look at my website, which is jenningstechcorner.com. And we will see you next time.